Yeah, I was. Here in the house, here, left center. Here. And right here. All present. Right, next, the oath of office, for Jake Silverstone, Pam, and myself. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Ohio, and that you will faithfully and impartially discharge your duties as a member of the Board of Education of the Miami State School District of Miami County, Ohio, to the best of your ability and in accordance with the laws now in effect and hereafter and after during your continuing and set office and until your successor is elected and qualified? So please say, I will. I will. And that's just, United States and the Constitution of the State of Ohio, and that you will faithfully and impartially discharge your duties as a member of the Board of Education of the Miami Public School District, Miami County, Ohio, to the best of your ability and in accordance with the laws now in effect and hereafter to be enacted during your continuance and set office and until your successor is elected and qualified. If so, please say, I will. I will. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Ohio, and that you will faithfully and impartially discharge your duties as a member of the Board of Education of the Miami School District, Miami County, Ohio, to the best of your ability and in accordance with the laws now in effect and hereafter to be enacted during your continuance and set office and until your successor is elected and qualified? If so, please say. The office of President of the Board of Education of Miami Public School. We have a motion. I'm sorry. Everyone is here. Okay. All right, roll call. Steve Cutterstone? Yes. Amanda Howell? Yeah. Les Tender? Yeah. Kim Ryan? Yeah. Amanda Howell was elected board president by a vote of 0. Then we do have an oath of office for board president for 2046. You solemnly swear or affirm that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Ohio, and that you will faithfully and impartially discharge your duties as president of the Board of Education at Miami School District, Miami County, Ohio, to the best of your ability and in accordance with the laws now in effect and hereafter to be enacted during your continuance and set office and until your successor is elected and qualified. Thank you.
Any nominations for the office of Vice President of the Board of Education at Miami School School District for 2026? And my nominee would be, Jake Overton.
So with the vote, if you guys could, say the last name of the person that you're going to vote.
So how do we motion on the ballot? So we have three different lines.
Anybody can mention, well, I mean, you can vote for yourself.
All right, roll call please.
Jake Henderson, the Sanford Lynch, and Philip. And in the House, Kelly Pence. Yeah, and then. Featherstone. Hope elected. And then we get now, who's the oath of office, as vice president. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Ohio, and that you will faithfully and impartially discharge your duties as vice president of the Board of Education of the Miami School District, Miami County, Ohio, to the best of your ability and in accordance with the laws now in effect and hereafter to be enacted during the and set office and until your successor is elected and qualified. Let's go to forever.
Board of Education will review and approve the date, times, and locations of our regular monthly meetings.
So, so we do have the so we do have an Excel sheet that's listed on the, or it's actually a Word document that's listed on the district website, rather than messing with the presentation. If we just want to go ahead and talk about it, I know there are a couple of dates, that we need to keep in mind, and I think actually just one next month. The third Monday of the month is a federal holiday, so if we would like to schedule to a different day, we certainly have that opportunity, to do so. But that is the only month that has a federal holiday.
So I know we had it, some years ago, this time, and we said that, you know, it was 7 o'clock, they got moved to 6, if there's anything you guys want to do as far as when the regular scheduled meeting, that's what it would be, we're going to spend the third Monday each month.
What is the due this year? Because I've seen it fell on the same federal holiday. Did we move it up? Or?
We've met on holidays before, but not always, because there are all times we need it, so let me see.
Back, so like, we're just on that two,
Okay. Was there anything on the schedule for? With that? Right.
February 17th. There's a board of, there's a, I think there's a education foundation for the name there, so we can have a pathway to basically, Syria, like, and I think it's library,
Other than that, it's some best practices.
What do you guys? On monthly,
good. As everybody is still okay with it. So we'll get that updated and posted, to the district website for everybody to view. Follow it and do it. We'll get it. Okay. When right? Yeah. We covered some, yeah. Left Kendrick.
Yeah.
Amanda House. Yeah. Motion passed.
All right, I need a motion and a second, for the board to continue membership in the Ohio School Board Association and participation in the OSBA Legal Assistance Fund for the calendar year 2026, and to authorize the treasurer to pay the membership fee totaling $6,933.
We covered some, yes. Left Kendrick.
Yeah.
Sam Ryan.
Yes.
Amanda House. Motion passed.
Committee appointments. So, Alex, keep us on here for the Ohio School Boards Association Annual Conference Delegate. Because that's typically been kind of for all of you.
Yeah. So last year, for the annual conference delegate, it was like, I don't think over the last several years that we have sent anybody, so certainly does not have to be the board president. If somebody is interested in going, then I would recommend that they, keep that. Otherwise, I think last year nobody really had an interest, and so we had to.
The last year, Morris was your designee, and you will be the alternate.
Anyone,
You want to vote?
I can't, but I certainly don't have to.
Yeah.
Would you like to go?
No, I was saying, follow the president,
Then we can keep that.
That's
Okay, then you want the alternate, or does anyone else want the alternate? For that one? For-
Next, for the Ohio School Board Association legislative liaison, last year before, time.
Anyone else? We can hold that for you. Now, the Miami Valley CCC, I think that was last year. You would have, yeah, so go with that. Did you say you found a group? April 11th?
Yeah.
Next, for the athletic council, last year it was Amanda Young.
I just have a quick question with my question. That is not the same, yeah, those teachers or yes, it is not. I didn't think so. There were 4 years that I've been on here, I've been on that, and that's just a really good in my head. I recall one. I know, maybe I wasn't on all 4 times, but I was on the last 2, and I was even more on the phone and saying,
I know the high school has one, that was since I've been here, and that was when we were meeting and stuff, it was on a conference.
oh, you know what, I wasn't,
Yeah.
I was there. Okay, I'm just curious, whether, I didn't think we were saying, but I just wanted to clarify that.
Okay. I will do that all the time.
You can do it?
Thank you. So, last year it was Mark Hines and alumni Hall of Fame last year was Russ Fender. No. Okay. Planning Education Foundation, last year was, anyway,
Another one. So I think I don't.
last year, the last one on here was just listed as audit committee, which was required for us to have. I think it's an audit slash finance committee, in hopes that we will, create something this year. Potentially working with some community involvement to try to have better communication and transparency in terms of different. So then, it's been, it should be a more active.
Any other discussion? All right, do you have a motion? One second.
Dean Huddleston, yes. Russ Fender.
Yeah.
Kim Hines.
Yeah.
Amanda Al.
Yeah.
Motion passed.
All right, I was looking for a motion and a second to approve the board authorizations as presented. Do I go through the people? These are the standard authorizations that all districts uphold.
For the most part, yeah, it just allows us to continue business throughout the year.
You have this, all the review since it's
I
not.
can.
Okay. I just would like to share that out, but that's okay.
I don't have.
Yeah. Do you have a motion? To approve this, second? Any discussion?
I would say the best explanation for these is just to give both the superintendent and treasurer authorization for different items. Many of them are just within our regular operations of the district, and several of these things, whether it be, speaking for myself, whether it be separate transfers or investment of active, inactive funds, the transfers are then, communicated to the board and then approved after, hiring, different things like that, those are then presented to the board after the fact at times, but this just allows for ongoing.
I know there's been some, questions, and I talked to Eric a little earlier around, like one person doing the main, assigning for somebody, but I think there are delegates, in certain scenarios as well as it always does come back to the board for, for a vote, so there is some checks and balances around that. Anything you want to add?
Yeah, and even like the first one for me to be the purchase agent, I sign off on all purchase orders to approve the purchase, and then the heads will sign off, making sure that we have the funds to cover that purchase. It's kind of how the both of those go for that one. So, yeah, so even, so no matter what, every purchase order is to start off.
You guys have any other comments for the last meeting? Okay, roll call please.
Yeah, Dave covers the West Center, Milton House.
Yes.
Motion passed.
We have a motion and a second on the approval of the alternative tax budget. Okay.
So the alternative tax budget, was taken out, so we will bring the agenda, but we will finish it within a minute. Once everything is signed, and submitted to the county auditor's office. This is the first step in authorizing the tax amounts that will be collected next fiscal year. So this is within some of this alternative tax budget, some of what we are accounting for is not collected on one of those bond issues. What you'll see within this document, it's just all of the taxable amounts that we receive directly from the county. So that's in the general fund, both bond retirement funds, the permanent improvement fund, and then also the capital facility. Any questions? I will, I just have to let this, thank you. The one where we are not collecting the third piece, that bond retirement fund, that goes to 90. So what we'll see is our beginning cash balance. And then we'll do our total resources for the year, our total expenditures for that fund specifically, that was projected to be $390,000. Which will be with $574,000 at the end of the fiscal year. This is also, maybe a good time to mention that also for FY 2027, that just looking at this, these are like, we should have enough to do the possibility of it not something to pay on. That's a conversation for and this one.
Any other discussion? Roll call please.
Yes, Senator?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Dave Butterfield? Yes. Amanda Howard?
Yes.
Motion passed.
Do I have a motion to adjourn the organizational meeting? Roll call?
Jeff Sanders,
Yeah.
Jake Huddleston, yes, Sam Ryan, yes, Dan Howell, yes, motion passed.